let's go ahead and tune in, and then we'll move on. So let's bring the hands together. Let's rub the palms, create some heat, create some light energy, and bring the hands into the heart center. Breathe in deep and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And please inhale to tune in. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Inhale, deep breath in. Hold the breath, contain the energy, consolidate the energy, squeeze mulaband, press the palms, bring the eyes to the third eye space, projecting out towards your higher self, drawing upon your higher self, your more cosmic state of being for your practice today. Exhaling, release the breath. Inhale. Ad Gure Name, Jagad Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Sri Gurudev Name. Ad Gure Name, Jagad Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Sri Gurudev Name. Ad Gure Name, Jagad Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Sri Gurudev Name. Breathing in. Hold. Consolidate. Project, expand your aura, expand your arc line. And exhale to release and welcome. Satnam. Nice to be here with everyone. So before we get moving, I just want to kind of set us up for our practice today, since we're going to have just a little bit longer time to share together. And one thing that I've been noticing throughout the week and throughout our time together, which I'm so incredibly grateful for, I've just been dropping into and really kind of contemplating or meditating upon the power of creation and what it is for me and my own personal experience. Like, what is it that really allows me to step into a place of creativity, or you could even say productivity. Those two energies are very similar, where there's energy and there's movement and there's flow, and kind of like, what is the setup when this happens, and just being very observant, because this is a very positive Shakti frequency that we're creating together, showing up every day and moving through these practices. And thinking about what is it then that keeps us out of our productivity, or keeps us out of our creativity. And it really is fear, right? Amongst a few other things sprinkled in there. It's really fear, right? Like, fear really does block us from stepping into any expression that our soul is calling. And by expression, even just experiencing, right? Like, we live this life to evolve and to transform and to experience new things and new ways of feeling, or even like outward expression, right? As well as just this inner sort of up leveling of our spiritual experience, or right, it can be both ways, outward and inward. And generally the energy that keeps us from kind of stepping into that or moving deeply into that is the energy of fear. And fear is so dense and so heavy, and it right, it really keeps us in this sort of lower chakra frequency, and it traps us or blocks us from really experiencing the power of the heart, commanding, what we want or what we want to call in through our voice, right? Our intuition, our connection with the divine, right? So fear is just kind of like this weight that is just constantly kind of keeping us in this lower vibrational space. And the kind of the tricky thing about it is that um, it's not so apparent that we're afraid, right? It isn't as if we're walking around and we're like feeling really scared and we're like really in that state of like, oh my God, I'm so scared of this or afraid of this. Like a lot of times we don't even notice that, like that is kind of like the underlying frequency that is the thing that is, putting a lot of other obstacles in our way, and we're not even able to like really see the fear or kind of get into a conversation with that, because there's all these other things that are kind of happening on top of that. And another thing about this is that it also keeps us in a place where we're very comfortable, right? And a lot of times fear is felt when we're moving outside of our comfort zone. And so, we've all created fairly comfortable lives for ourselves and things that we love and routines that we have, and it feels positive and light, and right. So it's a little bit tricky. And then we're like, well, why aren't I like doing the thing that I really want to be doing? But I'm also enjoying all of these things that I'm doing. So, right. And then it isn't like we're like seeing the fear so deeply to be able to say, like, oh, that's what it is, and I need to address it. And as soon as I get that out of the way, then I'll, move through. So, one thing that I wanted to share that was very helpful in my just growth journey, my soul human journey, was learning about the nodes of the moon in astrology. And the nodes of the moon, you have the south node and you have the north node in your personal chart. And the south node is all past life experience. And it's like everything that you've experienced and many different circumstances that you've probably gone through. And as you come into this life, you're bringing that sort of memory with you, and you're bringing that familiarity with you. And the challenge of this life is to move into a new way of being, to create new patterns of experience, and to express ourselves in a new way, because we have a whole new astrology chart, right? So our destiny is completely different from this like past life. And the thing that was so profound for me was learning that the things that are the most familiar feel like, of course I should be doing what is familiar. I'm really good at it. I mean, this feels really good. It feels good in my body, feels good in my intuitive field. I know it. I, can own it. I feel empowered through it. And the trick is to move beyond what is comfortable and to step into the space that is terrifying, right? And to step into the space that is like, oh my God, that just like brings up all of the things. And the beautiful thing about it is that in all of these teachings that I've read around this, astrological science, is that once you step into it, once you get over the fear and the hesitation and you actually put yourself in that position, it is just infinite amount of light that is shining on you, because your soul is completely activated in the place that it wants to be, in the place that it longs to be, and you're received in whatever way, shape, or form that is, right? And it could be going from being really private to all of a sudden needing to be really public, and that type of hesitation and self-doubt and all of those things. But then once you're fully putting yourself in there, you just receive all of this positivity and you receive all of this connection, and the benefits are infinite, and that raises your experience and it moves you into doing more of what feels good. So, what I want us to just kind of implant in our practice today is to look at fear not as an emotion, but as an energy. And that fear exists within each one of us, right? It exists as much in me as it does in any of you. And that it is an energy field, right? It's an energy body. So if we can create enough energy, right, in our own system, then we're going to have more awareness of when that field gets really strong, when that weight really tries to pull us down. And with even more energy and more practice and being more disciplined, and I'm not talking about a longer practice every day, but just a little bit of practice to really, right, create the experience, then we're going to have enough courage to then move through whatever that might be, whatever that block is. And even before that, we're going to be able to recognize it. We're going to be able to see, like, oh, I'm hesitating. It's like you sit down and you're getting into a creative flow, and then all of a sudden, like, you're in it. Let me know if this is you, any of you. It's definitely me. You start to get in it and everything starts to unlock. And then you're like, oh, I've got to go do the dishes right now. Right? Like, oh my God, I gotta go like do this thing. And it's like, wait, what? Like, you're just unlocking like right? Because the power of creation is also like, wow, it's so much. And like to ride that is, it's intense because it's moving you into a completely different direction than what you're used to. And then our past lives are like, well, go do the dishes because that's comfortable. Right? And like reorganize your whole house because that will make you feel better. And right. And then we just spin and spin and spin. So we're just going to kind of implant that as we go through these practices. We're going to do a lot with the breath today, and we're going to do a longer meditation to really strengthen the knowledge of our own empowerment and how powerful we are. So come forward onto your hands and your knees, and let's just get going into this cat cow. Let's start to warm up the spine. We're going to do cat cow, we're going to do Gyan chakra, and then we're going to go into a whole other kriya. So I just kind of want you to know where we're going. Inhale, lift the heart and the hips. Exhale, round the spine. Inhaling Sat, exhaling Nam. Keep the eyes closed, gaze at the third eye, and put the mantra into the third eye, starting to connect with the pituitary and the pineal gland. The crown chakra is the downloading center. So it downloads everything that we see, right? Thousands of thoughts in the blink of an eye. So we can take on other people's fear. We can take on fear that comes up through a movie that we see or an article that we read. Chanting the mantra, commanding the breath, working the movement, right? You're starting already to clear that. You're starting already to clean that center, to take hold of a more positive, creative pulse. Good. Go faster with the spine if you're able to. Go faster. Try to create a different energetic experience. Let the edges of the feet touch if they're not. It's a little bit different. You're getting those pressure points on the heel. One more minute here. Make sure you're moving the whole spine. You're getting a whole experience, even though it's a quicker shape. You're getting a full experience of the spine. We're opening all of the 10 bodies. We're opening the chakras. Last 30 seconds here. Inhale deep, lift the heart, lift the tailbone, hold the breath, squeeze Mulabandh. Exhale, round the spine, press the breath out, squeeze the navel, squeeze Mulabandh. Inhale to a neutral spine, sit back into child's pose, bring the hands together in prayer mudra, forehead to the earth. Take a moment, drop your personal prayer, your personal intention into your practice today. Harmonizing with the magnetic field of the earth, the pulse of creation. Breathing in deep. And exhale, let it go. And let's go ahead and make our way up into easy seat. Come up with a nice tall spine and just close the eyes, bring the gaze into the third eye and just kind of tuck the chin a bit so that the back of the neck is long. And start to just focus your inner gaze, just start to create that halo energetically, tuning into the arc line from temple to temple, and for women, nipple to nipple. And bring the hands into Gyan Mudra, thumb and index finger are touching. And when you hear the mantra, you're going to start to move into Gyan Chakra Kriya. Taking this mudra and moving it through the arc line. So you're circling around the crown and you're chanting out loud, Satnam, Satnam, Waheguru, Waheguru. The pace is not super intense. Let it be elegant. Chant the mantra even if you don't know it. Move the tongue, make sound. Keep the gaze at the third eye. Chant from your navel point, 3 fingers below the belly button. Create strong sound, full body connection. Expand your halo, expand the arc line as you're moving, as you're chanting. Keep the gaze at the third eye, project light out of the third eye. Bring your heart into it, bring your devotion into it, whatever you're creating in your life. You're creating it first in the etheric realm. You're creating it through vision, you're creating it through prayer. Create heat in the body, create a little sweat. Don't be scared of it. The glands are opening. The meridians are opening. Keep chanting. Empower your voice. And go as quick as you can now with the arms. Speed up the arms, whirling through the arc line. Inhaling, lift your arms up to the sky, keep the mudra, stretch the spine, reach up, you're holding the breath, engage Mulabandh, bring the energy up the spine. Keep lifting, exhale the breath out of the mouth. Keep the arms up, deep breath in, hold, squeeze, project out of the fingertips like you're touching the center of the cosmos. Exhale the breath, keep the arms up, deep inhale. Hold, squeeze, project, like you're sitting in the center of a star, project. Twist left, right, 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 and release the arms down, release the breath, just pause, breathe well, inhale deep, and exhale. And just take a moment, focus on your arc line, expanding that halo, constructing in the etheric realm. Breathe in deep and breathe out. Okay, let's open the eyes. You're going to stay in easy seat. You're going to open the arms wide. The palms will face the ceiling. The fingers are together. So wrist to wrist in alignment. You're going to close the eyes. Let there be a little Jalandhar Bandha. And begin breath of fire here. You're inhaling Sat, exhaling Nam. If you're on the first 3 days of your moon, just take deep, powerful breath as it's comfortable for you. Keep the gaze at the third eye, tall spine, and let this whole process become very hypnotic. Breaking the pattern, breaking the hypnosis that we're under, clearing the slate through this new experience. Let the breath be equal inhale, equal exhale. So equal amounts of breath as you pump the navel. Imagine a golden light from palm to palm, like a rainbow of golden light. You're creating that rainbow, you're holding that rainbow. Keep the neck long, chin is slightly down. Gaze through the third eye will help you lengthen the spine. Relax into the challenge, relax into the heat. Inhale, deep breath in, keep the arms out and press the palms like you're pressing to the sides of the room. Suspend the breath, engage Mulaband, press through the hands, press through the aura. Exhale, release the arms. Pause there, integrate, breathe in deep. And breathe out. Okay, we're going to take this mudra where we're going to take the thumb onto the ring finger, so the sun mudra, and we're going to bring the arms like goalposts here. And it's going to be inhaling 4 parts and exhaling 4 parts. So we're just staying up nice and tall. So it's going to be in, out, 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 out. You can chant Satanama, Satanama mentally. Inhale, bring the hands into your heart in prayer. Press the palms, hold the breath. Exhale, release the arms down. Deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Good. Let's open the eyes. We're going to interlace the fingers and bring the heels of the hands forward so your palms are inverted. And you're going to inhale the arms up and exhale them down. Inhaling Sat, exhaling Nam. Inhale, reach the arms up and stretch, stretch, stretch. Deep breath in, hold, squeeze. And let the arms come down as you breathe out. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. Inhale and exhale. You're going to bring your arms out to the sides again. This time, the backs of the hands are facing the sky. And I'm going to inhale and touch the backs of the hands above the head and exhale back down. Inhaling Sat, exhaling Nam. Keep the gaze at the third eye. Spine is tall. We're not here for very long. You're clearing out energy. You're moving the arms through the aura, through the magnetic field. Last 20 seconds here. Inhale the arms up, deep breath in, arms lift up, hold, squeeze. And exhale, reach the fingertips through the aura, let the fingertips touch the ground, breathe in and breathe out. Good. Let's bring the thumb and index finger together, Gyan Mudra, and let's make these goal posts with the hands. So the elbows are in line with the shoulders and the wrists are above the elbows. Inhale left, exhale right. Inhaling Sat, exhaling Nam. Inhale through center, pause, deepen the breath, consolidate your energy. Through center, we're still. And exhale, release the arms down. Take a breath in and a breath out. Good. One more. Fingers to the shoulders. You're going to inhale left, exhale right. Inhaling Sat, exhaling Nam. And come up through center. Take a deep breath in, deep breath in. Expand the heart, squeeze Mulaband, bring the energy up the spine. And exhale, release. Release the hands down. Just take a moment to integrate and just notice what you've created through that experience, what you feel connected to in your energy field. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale deep and exhale. Okay, let's bring the left hand onto the heart. This is going to be the physical setup. Your left hand is on your heart and your right elbow is bent. It can touch the side of the waist and the hand is forward. So like wrist and elbow in alignment. And then the palm is a little bit cupped as if you're holding some water there. So arm is forward, hand is on heart. Good. Everyone looks good. And just close your eyes and bring your gaze into your third eye space. And just feel into the mudra, right? You're creating a mudra through your entire body. Mudra is not just in the hands, but it's the entire shape that we take on. And I want you to breathe breath through your mouth as if you're sipping in water. So you'll make a little O shape, like you have a straw. And then exhale through the nose. And you're going to continue with that, inhaling through the mouth and exhaling through the nose. Your gaze is going to stay in the third eye space. You can mentally chant Sat as you breathe in and Nam as you breathe out. And really feel like you're sipping in water, sacred water. Keep going. Stay in your concentration. This meditation is to unlock the infinite power within you, your infinite potential. Begin O mouth breath, breath of fire through the mouth. Keep going. Keep the breath, switch the hands, bring the right hand onto the heart and the left hand will be forward like you're cupping water. Stay with the breath. Use the navel, you're flooding your system with prana right now. Open the arms wide, open the arms wide, palms can face down, breath of fire through the nose. Keep the gaze at the third eye, relax into it. You're moving a lot of energy right now. You can do it. Tall spine. 30 more seconds, 30 more seconds, fortitude, perseverance, strength. You're practicing with an army of people all around the world, all of the temples, all of the yoga studios. Everyone is holding you up. Everyone wants you to succeed. Inhale deep. You're going to keep your arms out. Take a deep breath in. You're going to hold the breath, squeeze mulaband, expand your confidence, expand your radiance, stay in it. Keep the arms up. Exhale. Inhale deep, deep breath in. Hold, squeeze, elevate, expand, stretch the aura 9 feet in all directions. Keep the arms, exhale the breath. Inhale deep, deep breath in, biggest one. Hold, radiate, expand, send your prayer to the highest beings, highest state of manifestation, receiving the blessings, receiving guidance. Exhale, release the breath, release the arms down. Breathe easy, meditate. Inhale deep and exhale. Breathing in and breathing out. All right, let's go ahead and open through the eyes. Now, good work, everyone. It's fun to watch. I don't want to close this out with a Satnam just yet. We're kind of at time, but I really wanted to do some journaling prompts with you all. So I just want to invite anyone that has a time constraint, if you do need to hop off the Zoom, then Satnam and thank you. You can go ahead and let yourself free. And if you want to continue, then grab your journal and a pen, and we'll close everything once we're kind of done with the next portion. So shake out your legs, grab your tea. So just to give you an idea, I shorten the meditations and the kriyas down to, make it a bit more concise so we can, fit it in, which is like it's allowed to do in this tradition. And the first one, just the very first one where we're breathing in the mouth and out the nose, is originally taught for 22 minutes, just that portion. So just to kind of give you an idea of where we're going eventually. But I have a theory that we're a little bit lighter than when these were originally taught, and that there was a lot more density moving through the practitioner at that time. And so they needed to be at a certain amount of time to just even begin to get the energy to move. It's kind of like when you're chanting mantra and there's like a prescription, you have to chant at least like 300,000 repetitions to even begin to like access the energy. And, because we're lighter, we're higher vibrational beings, we can get away with doing it a little bit less. So good for us. Some might call it cheating, but that's okay. So what I want us to do is, first off, what I want you to do is just, if you are able to, and if you're not in this amount of time that we have, then you can just kind of write out what I'm asking and you can come back to it later. But I want you to really define for yourself, like, what is creativity, or even productivity. They might be totally linked. I want you to find your own personal definition of what that is. If it's two different things, you can let it be two different things. Really, it's just you defining it for you. We'll take another 30 seconds or so. And remember, you can always come back and go a little bit deeper, which I fully encourage you to do if these types of experiences are helpful for you in your process. And now I want you to begin to move into what moves your creativity, what allows for your creativity to flow, what allows for your productivity to flow. This kind of using creativity and productivity interchangeably, but really finding that flow, whether it is a mind state or a physical state. When you find that flow, generally what is it that helps you to get there? And we did this on last Sunday, which is like recalling those moments where we felt more successful in our life, right? So you can always kind of go back in to something that you've actually experienced and kind of hone in on what that was. I think that that can also be very helpful. And I want you to move into your environment and noting, like, what do you need in your environment to be able to create, or what type of environment do you find most creative or most inspiring? And is there like a certain setup that you need? Is there certain lighting that needs to happen, or smell, like something that creates the atmosphere? Do you need things to be super organized, or do you create out of chaos? Do you like to have like a very messy, creative type of space? And you're just noting it, like what works for you, or what has worked for you in the past. And as we've discussed, right, we're very cyclical beings. So things are kind of shifting and changing all the time. And we're just trying to note what works, what doesn't, and when to apply the things that work. And then start to go into the blocks around creativity. Like, what is it that blocks you from being able to move into a creative state or a more productive state, and just be really honest with yourself about, what those habits are, those routines, or any sort of self-criticizing something internally, or, if you feel like there's things beyond your control, because you have other duties and responsibilities, and just noting what that is. And let's take another 30 seconds or so. And just starting to kind of close out that list. And again, you can always come back to it. And I want you to really start to think about your week, your 7 days that you have, and your 24 hours in the day, and all of your duties and your responsibilities. And I want you to find the places where you feel the most creative slash productive for you, right? So not necessarily for a job that you have to show up to, unless that is like your own business, or there's something, right? Like you find a bridge of connection there, but where it's like really your most sort of productive time of day, or is there like one day in a week that you feel predominates over the rest? Maybe you have a little more time for yourself on that day, or maybe just the energy always feels better on that day. You feel more light or inspired, whatever it might be, and just see if it, if it's there for you. Yeah, it's a deep study. It's like a really deep study. It's a big one to just kind of like do in 2 minutes, because you really have to be in a process of observing like the ebb and flow of the week, the month, the season, the year, right? And it is kind of always changing. So if you could put more creativity in your day, if you could put more energy into the day, like where would it make the most sense to be able to do that? Like if you know that if you could kind of sit down and step into the power of creation on command, like is there anywhere in like the architecture of your week where you could kind of highlight that and save that space and time? And then as you're kind of marking these moments in time where you might be able to feed in a little more of your creative process, take a moment to really drop into any one theme that's coming up around anything that you're wanting to create or have a deeper experience of. I want you to just kind of drop into whatever that is. If you're kind of on a mission to build something and put it out in the world for the public, or if there's like a more internal, process that you're going through. It could even be like shifting, your diet, right? Like that's a huge, huge journey. Um, right? And a lot of transformation that can come. So I want you to just kind of drop into that one thing, if you have that thing, that one thing that you're feeling into. And I want you to see if you can see into the future 3 months from now, and just what do you want to be experiencing? Like what is the response that you wish to receive from this time and this investment? And if you don't know, that's okay too. It's good to know if we don't know. You don't have to know. A lot of times we don't know. We just kind of follow these impulses of putting ourselves in situations, and we don't really know where it's going. And what we're trying to do is to build that part of the brain, build that part of our intelligence to where we can start to really see where we want to go.
Amanda,
Hmm.
are you asking in terms of what we want to be experiencing in terms of if we were to be in a more creative, productive space, or are you just saying in general, like through meditation, where would we want to be later
No,
this year?
more creative time for you.
Mm,
So more space. I mean, if that is meditation, then that's what that is, if like that's what you're dedicated to. But if there's some sort of like project that you're working on, or there's like an experience, a deeper experience that you want to have. And so this time that you're kind of figuring out where you can give a little more time and energy to investing in expanding that experience. So if it's like a career move, it's that, but it could be meditation if like that's the thing that you really want to expand. Does that feel clear?
yes.
Yes? Okay.
Mhm.
It's a lot. I know that it's like a lot. It's a lot of things. So don't worry if it feels like too much, and you can kind of keep this process going, forever, essentially. So let's just take like another minute. And if some of you are still working, and if you're not, you can always just meditate, close the eyes, breathe, or just review and look at the things that are kind of coming up. And there's no right or wrong. And we'll just start to bring it to a close for now. And you can come up through a tall spine and just reconnect with everyone. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And inhale deep and exhale. Okay, and then we'll open the eyes. So, this is just a little bit of like self-diagnosis, right? Like moving through the different layers of the mind to just see what is present and what shows up for us. And of course, things are shifting all the time. Some things are more concrete than others, but what you have now is a little bit of insight into maybe where you want to go, and perhaps where in your life you can apply a little more concentration. And I want to invite you to bring in that discernment of Capricorn season. So if you're like, oh my God, I can put, so much energy in every single day, and, you've got to do it step by step, right? Otherwise we go really hard and then it just kind of, right, we lose it after, a week or two. So just being really pragmatic about how you want to turn the dial up on your life and your experience, and then to use the Kundalini, use all of your meditations, use all of your yoga practices to bring in that energy to just move the fear out of the way, right? And to kind of stick to that daily practice or that weekly moment of really honing in on that thing that you want to move towards. And, as we move through, things will become more clear. We can get more specific. But this was just like a little taste of that process. Are there any questions or comments? Anything coming up? Okay, let's bring the hands together, rub the palms, and come up nice and tall through the spine. And just take a moment, feel your energy field brighten, turn it up, turn it up, turn yourself into a star. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. May the longtime sun shine upon you and all love surround you and the pure light within you guide your way home. Breathing in. Sa- Na. And bowing to each other. Namaste, Satnam, Shanti, Shalom, Posh, peace, peace, peace. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for creating such a beautiful experience, everyone. And just keep going. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a beautiful Sunday and much love to each of you. Thank you.